On the 6th of June 1944, Normandy looked like a war of steel. Ships, surf, aircraft, fire, and men moving through smoke. But before the first wave reached shore, another battlefield had already opened. Inside German maps, estimates, doubts, and expectations. That weapon was called Hallucination, an invasion the enemy could see, hear, and fear, but never physically attack. Its codename was Fortitude, part of the wider Allied deception strategy called Operation Bodyguard, built to draw attention away from Normandy. Fortitude North pointed toward Norway. Fortitude South pointed toward Pas-de-Calais, the place German planners already considered dangerously plausible. The goal was not merely to hide Normandy, it was to make a different invasion feel larger, later, and more inevitable. The architecture began with a fake army, the first United States Army Group, or FUSAG, supposedly based in southeast Britain. Fortitude South's Quicksilver Plan placed FUSAG under General George Patton, using his reputation to make the Phantom Force credible. Patton was chosen because German intelligence viewed him as a likely commander for the main Allied blow, evidence suggests. Calais was persuasive because it was the shortest, most obvious channel crossing from Britain to northern France. A lie works best when it agrees with what the target already suspects. Fortitude made German assumptions look confirmed, so southeast England became theatre. Tents, vehicle tracks, headquarters signs, mess lines, fuel dumps, and controlled glimpses from the air. The imaginary order of battle had to feel bureaucratic, boring, and therefore real. Corps, divisions, schedules, and radio procedure. Fake radio traffic and decoy equipment mimicked preparations for a large attack aimed at Pas-de-Calais. Most crucially, the Phantom Army could not vanish on D-Day. It had to survive the real invasion and still threaten Calais. The props were humble: rubber, canvas, timber, paint, rope, and the faith that aerial photographs could be persuaded. Inflatable tanks and dummy landing craft helped mimic the machinery of a cross-channel assault. From altitude, shape and shadow mattered. A false tank park could become a real warning inside a German file. The deception also used the sky. RAF aircraft dropped metal strips called window to confuse German radar. Under Operation Titanic, dummy parachutists fell in the dark to suggest airborne landings away from key Allied objectives. Every fake object had one job: to turn German caution into German delay. A related American deception unit later became famous as the Ghost Army, the 23rd Headquarters Special Troops. Activated in January 1944, it could simulate two divisions using visual, sonic, and radio deception during the war's final year. For this film, the Ghost Army is not the whole Fortitude story, but its craft reveals the same principle: war by perception. The most important props were not tanks. They were trusted channels, agents, radios, letters, and the enemy's own appetite for certainty. MI5's double-cross system turned or controlled German agents in Britain, feeding false military information back to Germany. Juan Pujol Garcia, codenamed Garbo, invented a network of imaginary sub-agents who supplied convincing reports on Allied preparations. Garbo's genius was patience. Falsehoods worked because they were wrapped in ordinary details, delays, mistakes, and plausible human limits. Ultra-intelligence from Bletchley Park helped the Allies check whether planted misinformation was being believed by German command. Deception became a feedback loop: invent the story, send the signal, read the enemy's reaction, then sharpen the lie. Then D-Day came. In Normandy, the battle was real, brutal, and uncertain. On maps, the Phantom still breathed. Evidence suggests the deception helped German leaders keep expecting a larger second invasion around Calais after Normandy began. Historians debate exact weights of cores, but Fortitude helped keep German reinforcements away from Normandy in the crucial weeks after landing. That was the payoff, not paralysis forever, but hesitation long enough for Allied beachheads to harden into a front. D-Day was not won by deception alone. It required ships, air power, logistics, courage, and catastrophic risk. But deception changed the contest of time. It made German strength answer a question the Allies had carefully falsified. As late as July 1944, German belief in a larger Calais landing still lingered, according to Imperial War Museums. The perfect lie was not perfect because it was flawless. It was perfect because it was useful at the decisive moment. The real D-Day weapon was not a tank or a gun. It was a world the Allies built inside the enemy's mind.